Hey there, welcome to the Wealth Addict channel, where you will find content about creating wealth and learn to better yourself and your situation. Please stick around to the end of all the videos so you can get the most value from the content we provide. Hey there, YouTubers. This is Mike with Wealth Addict. I'm bringing you a video today about how to save money like a millionaire. Not as hard as you think, so stick around to the end and you'll have all the tips and tricks that all the millionaires use to create their wealth and save tons of money and make it work for them. Okay, so before we get going here, I wanted to go over a couple quick terms that you need to be familiar with. One is assets. Assets are anything that put cash into your pocket. Now, people think an asset is their house or an expensive car. It's simply not true. You see, a house does not put cash in your pocket. No matter how you spend it, it doesn't matter if you take a loan out on it, you have equity in it, it does not put cash in your pocket. A house is simply a liability because all you do is spend and spend some more. A house is a money pit for most people because they move into a house and they wanna fix it up. They want to make it theirs. And then they got taxes and they got a mortgage payment and interest on that, and before you know it, you spent all your life savings just buying a house to live in that's really not benefiting you other than putting a roof over your head. Now, a house, in all actuality, is a liability, as I said, because it takes from you. It does not put money in your pocket. So if you were to buy a house with the intention of renting it out and creating an income, then it would be an asset. That's the only way. Expensive cars, people think are assets because, oh, I got my Bentley. Oh, it's your $100,000 car. Not true. You're always going to have depreciation. It's never going to be worth what you paid for it. Therefore, it's taking money from your pocket. It's simply a toy, and don't waste your money. So, as I said, liability, anything that takes money out of your pocket. An asset, anything that puts money into your pocket. This goes for anything in life. Stock market, investments, real estate investments, buying a house, buying a car. They're all assets and liabilities in terms of one will put cash in your pocket, the other one will take your money away. The first concept you need to discover and realize is the most important is you need to pay yourself first. Yes, you heard that right, and I'll say it again. Pay yourself first. You are the most important part of this equation in life, and without money, you're useless. So, in order to save money like a millionaire, you need to set aside a certain percentage every week, every paycheck that you have, whether it's 5% to start. I know a lot of people are paycheck to paycheck and can't afford much, but if you were to put away 5% of your pay every week, before you know it, you'd have a sizable savings account. But pay yourself first. You'll be happy you did. That's the first step you're going to take to saving like a millionaire. Secondly, you're going to list all your debt on paper. Now, this is everything you owe, everything. House, cars, school debt, current bills, everything. Every kind of debt that you got, you need to write it down because you're going to systematically get rid of these debts and start saving more money. The minute you get yourself out of debt, you put yourself into a position where you can save twice as much money. Now, what you're going to do when you write your debts down, you're going to write them down and you're going to list them from smallest to largest. Because we want what's called a snowball effect. We want to gain momentum. We don't want to be overwhelmed when we're trying to get rid of our debt to save more money. So you want to list everything, smallest, doesn't matter if it's $50, $100, all the way up to the largest, which, could be your house and could be several $100,000. The point here is get your first bill in order from smallest to largest. You grab that first one. If it's $50, next paycheck, you pay that off. You set that one aside. Check it off on your list. Secondly, you want to get the next smallest one. If it's $150, $500, doesn't matter what it is. You're going to find that money out of your paycheck and you're going to pay yourself first. Don't forget this. You're going to pay yourself your 5 or 10% first to begin with. And that money is not touched. It's in a savings account. As you're paying off your debt, you're going to be able to start saving more money, because when you pay off that first debt, let's say it's $50, like we said, you're going to take that $50 that you were paying on that debt and you're going to roll that over into the next debt. And then you're going to add what you can afford, say another $50 until that debt's paid off. Okay. Now you got $100 every paycheck coming out to pay off this debt. If it's $500, it takes you 5 weeks to pay it off. And then same thing, next debt comes along. If that's $1,000 debt, now you're paying $100 a week. You're going to contribute to that. Now you're down a couple $100 in debt. You're going to use that money and you're going to pay that every week on that $1,000 debt, the next largest debt, until that's paid off. And you're going to continue this process until all your debts are paid. And as far as is your house, your mortgage, the best thing you could be doing, because I know you can't stop paying your mortgage every month just to take care of your debt. The best thing you can do, if you can afford to, is to pay off the principal. Stop paying just the minimum payment, and all you're doing is paying off your interest. And if you were to pay your normal payment, and if you can swing it at least another half a payment a month, so you see you got $1,000 payment. If you can swing another $500 and add that to your principal every month, you're going to knock down that interest rate, because they can't charge you interest on a principal that isn't there. So you're saving yourself money in the long run by paying off more principal than interest. Make your normal payment. If you can double the payment, even better. But if you can pay at least another half a payment every month, do it. You will thank yourself. So just remember that. Don't neglect paying off your mortgage just to pay off your smaller debts. You have to do it all. Okay, I'm going to take a second here to kindly ask you to please like, subscribe to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any further content. Okay, now that we have our debts listed from smallest to largest and we're ready to take care of those, next thing you need to do that is of the utmost importance is to put the credit cards away. Get them out of sight, out of mind. Do not use them to pay off other debts. At the point, you are just shooting yourself in the foot, and it makes absolutely no sense. And I'll give you an example. Some people will use their credit card to pay off a debt that, say, is under $500. It's an old bill from, say, I don't know, an internet bill. And it's on the credit report, and it's listed at like $400. And they're thinking, okay, well, I'm going to put this on my credit card. I get that paid off real quick, and then I can pay that off on monthly payments and make it more affordable. Well, here's the kicker: is when you do that, you're now paying up to 29% on that $400, and it's going to take you at the monthly minimum forever to pay it off, because the interest charges keep accruing, and you're just creating more debt to pay off. And by the time you're done paying off that debt, you will have paid almost double of the $400 original debt. So put the credit cards away. Don't be tempted or swayed. Some people, they will go get a loan, a consolidation loan, to lump all their debt up at once and make it into one easy payment. But again, you're paying interest on that money. So stop shooting yourself in the foot and just suck it up. Be diligent. Put money aside from every paycheck. Pay the debt off to the creditor. Do not use interest-bearing instruments to consolidate or pay it off faster, because in the long run, you're paying double and sometimes triple the amount that you would normally pay just to pay the debt off. Now that we've established that you need to pay yourself first, the most important thing ever, pay yourself before you pay your bills. Your debts can wait, but your savings cannot. List all your debts on paper and start attacking those debts to get your debt paid off. That way you can pay yourself more every paycheck. Then when you pay those debts off, as you're paying them off, put the credit cards away while you're doing it, so you're not killing yourself paying on the high interest rates to pay off the small debts and the large debts. And then you need to make your savings work for you. Now, what am I talking about? I know it may sound crazy. I put my money into a savings account. It's working for me. It's earning 1/4%. No, 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 no. Worst thing you could possibly do is put your money into a bank account. You need to put this money into an investment of some sort. And I'm going to pause here for a disclaimer. And I am not a financial advisor. I am not telling you what to do. I am not suggesting any stocks or other investments to invest in. This is simply just for ideas, educational purposes, entertainment purposes. So do not go out and do anything I say just because I'm saying it. You don't know me from anybody, and this is just based on things that I have done in my life. So now the disclaimer is over. Put your money into some kind of investment, whether it's stock market, mutual fund, real estate, peer-to-peer lending, anything that you feel safe in putting your money into. Invest it. Make it make money for you. Don't let your money be the boss. Make it your employee. Make it make money for you. Most businesses have a boss. They have an owner, which controls the company, and they determine how much you get paid. Well, you need to be that with your money. You need to make it work for you and make it make 6, 10, 12% a year. Do your research, do your due diligence, and find something that you are comfortable to invest in. Okay, now that we've covered the basics and the most important steps of saving money like a millionaire, getting yourself out of debt, and being smart with your money, those are the most important things you could ever do in your life. So I feel like I have to reiterate, assets are anything that put money into your pocket. Liabilities are things that take money from your pocket. So stop buying liabilities unless you have the intention of turning them into an asset. Sports cars, doesn't matter what you drive, as long as it gets you to and from where you're going and is dependable. You shouldn't worry about it being the next best thing or keeping up with your neighbors, the Joneses. You got to realize those people across the street with that fancy car are probably in debt up to their eyeballs. And that's what you don't want to be. You want to get out of debt. You want to have everything paid off. And you want to live with a nice big savings. Maybe even one day become a millionaire. Who knows? Who knows how adventurous you're going to be with your money and your investments. So it's entirely possible you could become a millionaire from this. So again, don't worry about what other people are doing. Worry about yourself. Don't waste your money. Don't buy sports cars because, I mean, they lose value. They're a lot of money. The insurance is incredibly expensive. And you're not going to have what you paid for it in 5 years. Thank you for sticking around to the end of this video. We really appreciate you taking your time to watch this video. Hopefully you got some value out of the content we're providing for you. And we want to ask you to please like the video, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell. This will seriously help us out with the YouTube algorithm and help us to bring you future videos.